Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spawn School. We are thrilled to have you join us for today's exciting webinar at Spawn School. At Spawn School, our mission is to empower aspiring game developers by connecting them with the real heroes of the industries, the creators, the mentors, and the real heroes of the industries, um, the builders of the gaming universe. Whether you are here to learn game development, design, or simply explore the evolution of this fascinating medium, you are in the right place. Our sessions are always built to be interactive, inspiring, and industry relevant. So take notes, ask questions, and get involved because your journey starts here. So, about today's session, get ready for an insightful and hands on session that unlocks the power of blueprints in Unreal Engine, the visual scripting system that lets you build stunning interactive games without writing a single line of traditional code. Whether you are a designer, artist, or aspiring developer, our expert speaker will guide you through the core concepts of blueprints, how Unreal Engine leverages them for rapid game development, and how you can bring your ideas to life visually. In today's rapidly evolving landscape, visual scripting combined with AI tool is transforming game creation. And this session will equip you to stay ahead. Now, to kick off things, let's dive into live demos, practical examples, and real world tips. And for that, I'm excited to hand it over to Prasanna, who will take you through the session. Prasanna is a senior Unreal Engine developer with over 5 years' experience, specializing in gameplay programming and complete game architecture design. As Unreal authorized instructor partner for the past 2 years, he has trained more than 75 students, equipping them with practical industry relevant skills in Unreal Engine development. With strong technical background and a passion for building immersive gaming experiences, Prasanna brings both expertise and hands-on knowledge to the classroom. Handing over to Prasanna now. Hi Prasanna, you can unmute yourself and start the presentation.
Yeah, can you hear me right?
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you. Hello everyone, guys. So today you guys already know about the topic called. We are going to talk about the visual scripting system and how it has evolved so far. Let's start. So blueprints. First of all, what is meant by blueprints? We will decode this one, and a lot of the people have an idea over whether it's really possible to make a game just with the blueprints. Okay, so I will share my screen now. Yeah, I hope it's visible. So let's dive into this topic. So first things first, what is the motto of this webinar? It's like about a lot of the people knows about the game development, right? But really, we need to understand a key thing, right? Game development really got improved in those years. Yes, really. So you can just compare the recent games that we are getting released from the India. Recently, I guess a week before, we got the new game that is from the India. It's under the development, so it's called the Unleash the Avatar. So a lot of the different kinds of game that meets the global gaming standards. Our India is just contributing a very lot. So apart from this, we have a good game engine called Unreal Engine. So a lot of the people at the olden time, I remember my olden days, like around 2012, 2015. At India, there is no popularity for the Unreal Engine. Like most people are just comfortable with Unity because of its elegant C sharp scripting. But now in the 2025, the game is completely changed, and a lot of the people started using the Unreal because of a very core reason, that is called the visual scripting system, which people formerly call it as the blueprints so far. So really, India have contribution in the game development field. Yes, in terms of the esports, you see we have the lot of teams that from India that is participating in the game industry, game competition. Sorry, but what about creating a product? Slowly, we are stepping into the thing. So we can dive into this topic clearly, but before this, a strong, a little bit introduction about me, since we all have a concern about okay, who is the speaker? What about some speakers? Some little bit information. So I am specialized in the Unreal Engine for over 5 years. My field of expertise is gameplay programming, and I have certified as the Unreal authorized instructor over 2 years. I have trained over the 75 plus students, and a lot of the peoples just have their own have the innovative ideas. I try my best to contribute to their ideas and make their ideas come to the life. Apart from this, my part-time passion is a content creator and collaborator who just wish to make a product in specific to the game field. So here is some of my latest contribution work that I have just wish to give it for the community. So this plugin will actually help you to make a combo system like you guys will see in the Devil May Cry and God of War, right? So this plugin will help you to do that, and I am giving it for free. Like I said, um, I'm happy to help the people in the game industry from my side, from my experience. It's very we have a lot of the different challenges in the game industry, right? So like when you start making a game, you need to have a lot of the different background things that you need to do. So so far I need to bridge the gap between the upcoming game developers and the actual product. So this is my sample work that I have recently done. So it is just for demonstration, who is the speaker of this PPT, right? This content. So just a small demonstration like this. So you see so by the end of the next month, you will get this plugin free in the marketplace. Okay, this plugin will help you to speed up your development if you guys are trying to make things like games like God of War, a melee system to be exact. So this is my latest contribution for the field, and I hope it will be exciting when it got released. It's still in the work. So the next setup, we will dive into the core topic now. So first, visual scripting system. So what does it mean by visual scripting system? So in traditional days, like in the 1990s and 2000s, people started using the language called C++ to make the product. So a lot of the people started feeling like, okay, if I need to make a game, I need to know the C++. Is it really true? Yeah, before the 2000s, it is a real fact. But after the release of the Unreal Engine, things got slowly changed, and in the 2014, I guess, completely we have the freedom, whether you are an artist or a student, whatever. So you can just try to bring your ideas to the life through their visual scripting system. So what is exactly the visual scripting system, first of all? So like visual scripting system means you can just drag and drop the nodes, and you can just try to build the logic. For example, if you need to jump, what are you actually doing? So you are just acting against the gravity, you are applying some force, and then the character then slowly drag to the ground again because of the gravity. So like this, if you have this understanding, you don't need to write the code. Like as an artist, so like there are a lot of people in the industry as an 3D artist and so far, right? we have a lot of the different peoples from different genres. So for this one, for artists, this becomes very easy now. They can able to make a complete game right now in the 2025. I'm sure if you understand the if you understand what you are doing in terms of the gameplay, then it's very easy for the people to just build the entire game, but it will take some time at the same time. So, all right, visual scripting system now, almost we can use it in the all the fields, like whether it can be a gameplay, it can be a animation. You can able to rig within the engine. Recently, a plugin, a tool called Control Rig, which has just changed the entire way of the rigging process. And we have everything for the visual scripting system, like behavior trees and lot of the different stuffs. Now, like, yeah, codeless environment is trying to boom. Actually, that is the real fact. I usually use the blueprints for just quickly prototype the things. Let's say in my academic studies, it's been a very hard since I am a student. I felt very hard to make a things like, okay, I need to what is the next line, how to just what is the syntax for the next line, so far. So in 2025, I guess after the release of the Unreal Engine blueprints in from the 2015, it's been like mostly very easy. And if I can able to think in a gamified manner, I can able to create a game. That's the simple logic that Epic also tries to convey the idea to the glo- conveys the idea globally, right? So, how does the visual scripting things work behind the scenes? Because you guys mostly seen about in the Hollywood movies as well. Like people start typing the keyboards. Yeah, they can just mash their keyboards. Hundreds and thousand lines of code will be there that will get displayed on the screen. Something got hacked, right? So, but I can able to understand those stuff. But visual scripting system, I'm saying like you can drag and drop the nodes and the things will work. What is this? So you basically you see the core idea of the visual scripting system is that the people have written something in the C++ in the background, so you don't need to worry about this. But in the real time scenario, what is actually happening is which functions you are calling, what are the requirements you need, what is the data, what is the information, how the flow will be like. For example, like if the character jumps and the character can able to attack in the mid air, then you need to know like, okay, first I need to apply some force that will let the character to go upwards and then start attacking. Yeah, it's possible. And then character automatically gets dragged. So if you got understanding about those things, then you can able to easily make a game, right? So blueprints actually helps you to abstract the C++ version, and it will just gives you the node kind of visual graph kind of a form. So you can able to easily just make the logic only. The engine automatically handles all the stuff. I remember in the 2018 or 2019, still the Unreal Engine tries to convert all the blueprints to the C++. Like no, it's not like entirely, they both are different, right? um, they try to match the speed of the C++ with the blueprints. So they have the technique called blueprint nativization, but it's completely not getting the good result. So from the Unreal Engine 5, instead of just converting the things to the C++, they started improving the virtual machine, I mean the blueprint VM. So some people here might be have an idea over how the Java is working. So we know like Java, Python, they have their own environment. Okay, so in Java we call it as the Java virtual machine. So the program or the system won't get crash. Instead, the program itself will crash and it will lead to fail. So that's all. So simply blueprints have the virtual machine inside it, and people started improving the virtual machine of the blueprints. So it is now very stable comparing to the 2015 where I started using the Unreal Engine from the 2018. It's a kind of blueprint is like 60-40, which means 60 percentage it's very good, but 40 percentage it might cause some crashes. We don't know. Sometimes if I search for your node, it will be not there. So lot of those different kinds of bugs are completely eliminated now. Blueprints is with the latest optimization, I guess, I'm not sure, but I guess around 95 percentage of the things that you can able to do with the traditional coding methods, now you can able to easily use the blueprints to achieve those stuff. And even in the industry, a lot of the people have the misconception about uh, you will get hired only if you know the traditional coding things. No, that's not actually true. So now people have the different kinds of industries. We will talk about that later. Okay. So I'm saying like blueprints is easy. Hey, blueprints is very easy. You are saying this again and again. Is this really true? I can show you a sample demo so that you people can able to just see how easy it is. Like first I said when we start making the stuff, we need to understand. Like I said, before making any gameplay related content, I personally tell my students and any individuals first, instead of just blindly going to the engine and just memorizing some things like okay this node this node this node, just think about the logic first. Okay, currently in this ppt slide what I have written is a sprinting system. So basically what is meant by sprinting? So sprinting means it's a kind of just running forward with more force, right? Running forward with more force. So what we gonna do? So first, how should we give it to the player? How the player can access this feature? So for in this case might be I could say I if I hold the shift button, the character needs to sprint. If I release it, the character needs to walk. Okay. So by default, I'm going to open a Unreal Engine third person blueprint, third person project. So this is the blank third person template. When you start opening the Unreal Engine, it will ask you to select a template. So here I have, and here we have a lot of the different things, right? We don't wish to go deeper into this, but I just wish to showcase how easy it is to just make some things in the blueprints. So by default, if I press play, yeah, this will be there. You guys know about this, and there is a meme on the internet as well, like uh, a person sitting in front of the computer saying like, "Hey mom, hey mom and dad, look at this. I have made a game." But after understanding the Unreal Engine, we know that this is the default template, right? So far now, if I just press the play, I can able to see the character is just already it's looking like sprinting. Okay, just imagine a thing. You are if you are waking up from the bed, and if you need to, if you just imagine like if you are waking up from your bed, if you need to make a coffee, do you really think the character will just you will really just sprint to the kitchen? No, you will first generally walk to the kitchen, right? Walk to the kitchen. If something like if you have the milk boiling in the kitchen, you need to sprint to turn the gas off. So the same concept applies here. So by default the character is sprinting. Epic is not wrong because they need to say you need to cover all the level area, right? So if they give you the slow speed, it may feels like I need to run continuously. So they done some things. So we can now alter this to make a sprinting system. All right. So just opening the blueprint. So it is the third person blueprint. You see content folder, third person, and some blueprints. Just opening those stuff. All right. So like we planned. So what is meant by sprinting? The character will just improve its speed. Okay, improve its speed. So what button I need? So those notes are like okay. It's like confusing. First of all, what are those stuff? All right. So far our only simplicity thing, I always say my students and like all the individuals, again a simple step, simple principle that you need to keep in your mind. A lot of the people when working in the industry starts thinking in a over engineered manner, like okay I can do this but it needs to be modular, how can I proceed further, okay if I do this will this be can I able to extend it in the future. Don't think about this until unless you just made some things first. That is called Yagni principle. So if you write a code, this will applicable for all the field. Like if you can be software engineer or can be a game developer, whatever. Yagni principle says that first do the important stuff. Don't try to even research until unless you need it, you ain't gonna need it. So that is the core logic of the principle, so we don't need to worry about those stuff because actually we seeing like uh, jumping, running, it's already working. But what's our purpose? Just a sprinting, right? So left click and our favorite button for the sprinting, we usually use the shift key. So you can see here keyboard events left shift, yeah I can just see this, it is like meaningful, okay left shift but it is red color and these things are blue color, what are those, it's not important to us, okay. So our core logic as you can see here in the screen, we have the movement component, hey, so my sprinting actually relies on movement, is this will be helpful, so I can just drag and drop this, okay, I got this blue stuff, then what is this, I need to just alter my speed, right? So just drag and drop those stuff and alter the speed. The character is already like sprinting. So it means like Unreal gives you the walking capability already. So as you can click here and see this one, and I can able to see here like we have different kinds of options. Okay. So the character is I can able to see here the character is maximum walk speed, so if I alter this, will the speed will be managed? Let's make it as half, like a 250. Okay. If I just press the W key now, yeah, the character is actually working. Cool. Um, but now if I press any button, no, we lost the functionality. The character is not actually sprinting. So I can able to clearly see here if I change this one, I can able to manage the different I can able to toggle between the walking and the sprinting, right? So walk speed, how could I do this? If I right click and type the same name that I can able to see there, max walk speed, nothing, it's showing nothing, right? But you need to understand, like if I click the character component here, there only the max walk speed is there. So I just drag and drop this one, okay, it is giving me this kind of stuff. And if I try to drag and drop this one, I'm going to type the same name, max walk speed. Okay, I can able to get around get max walk speed and set max walk speed. I need to alter the value, which means I need to set the value, right? If I just press the shift button, oh sorry, if I just press the shift button, the character max walk speed should be like back to the 500. Okay, and if I just release the button, the character max walk speed should be back to the 250. So a keyboard shortcut Control D helps to duplicate the note. Okay, if I press the compile, it will show error because what is missing? Missing the target. It means like max walk speed is belongs to which area? Yeah, it's movement component. All right. So keeping the code clean. Now if I press compile, everything will be fine. But don't forget, if I press the shift key only, then it should be 500. If I release the key, the character should needs to back to the 250. Is this enough to make the character toggle between the walking and the sprinting? Let's see. If I just walk, yeah, we have already seen about those stuff. But if I just press the shift key, the character is actually sprinting. If I leave the shift key, the character is actually walking up. So that's all. It's very easy. Like we have easily doing the stuff, right? But like I said, instead of just memorizing the stuff, okay, if someone asks you to make a thing like, okay, walking, then okay, I need to, don't remember this as a formula, like just drag and drop this and just do the stuff. It won't help you at any cost. So you need to understand the core logic, actually what we are actually doing and how the thing should be done. Similarly, lot of the game mechanics that you have enjoyed in your olden days are easily possible with the Unreal Engine. Like the character is currently making a single jump, right? You can easily make a double jump as well. You need to think first, that's all. So I guess this is far more than enough to say how versatile is the blueprints that we can able to use in the professional thing. So we have done a sample, but you are saying the versatility, right? But really any game that uses completely the blueprint to showcase its power, or they make any things, or do we have any inspirations? Yeah, really. So we have two different noticeable games. The first one is Enandra. It is a stylish action game. It is developed by the solo developer, I guess, a developer from Israel, I guess. He's developing a futuristic stylish action game that is built entirely with the blueprints. You can just search the YouTube like inside blueprints. He Epic actually itself just interviewed that guy, how he leverages the power of the blueprint and start bringing his vision to the life. So yeah, and we have the close example, like we are from India, right? So we have the close example, Raji the ancient epic. I hope you guys know heard about this game. I hope so. Like we have um, the girl that is fighting against the demons. It is closely relatable to our Hindu mythological things, right? So at first, people just try to start making the things in the blueprints only. The probability is now very less. People are using the C++. So blueprints are more than a prototyping tool. Those product like Anandra and Raji, they have shown this to the world. Okay, so Raji is from India and Anandra is from a solo developer from the Israel. So they are the true inspiration that if they are doing something with the blueprints, they just can able to understand what is the logic that needs to do. So the same thing that you can also apply to your creative things that you wish to showcase the world in a gamified manner. Hey, I have concept, I can able to showcase this to the world. You can also make your own. So that is the core idea. So let's see some of the demos. Like, is it, yeah, anyone can make a game, but is it look good? If you only use the blueprints, is it really good? Can you able to really make a good game? Let's see. So this is entirely made with the blueprints. So yeah, this is currently made with the blueprints and Unreal Engine, and only around 20 percentage people use the C++ for this one. So this product came from our India and it reaches the global market and got a very good ratings as well. Yeah. So next one, a stylish game I said, right? So here is the game called Enandra. It is also completely using the blueprints, and this guy is making the game. Like I said, you guys can just go for the YouTube and check inside Unreal and Unreal. So he will explain how he had used the blueprints because he's just a artist. He wished to make a game. So blueprint helps him to bring his vision to the life. So see how easy it is. Programming is not harder for anyone. Blueprints really fix the gap. So you see the some of the sample demo here. This is actual gameplay, not a cinematic bluff that we can able to see with the E3 demos. So this is the actual gameplay, and I hope this is far better enough for a sci-fi yeah, games like Ghost Runner, like those things. So it is made entirely by an indie developer, just using the blueprints. So far, it's now our time. India really needs creators more than consumers. So we see our India is the biggest consumer for the mobile games, gaming audiences globally, especially for the mobile game market. India is the only one. Just imagine, we got the game in the olden days like PUBG, okay? Then it got banned by the government. Then they got rebranded it under the name called Battlegrounds India. Because why they need to do it? They know that India is the most demanding global market for the game industry. And for up to the 20 years back, we don't have the internet. Like if you see most of the games in the world, they will be mostly built by the Western countries. It doesn't mean we are weak. The technology is not accessible like we have right now. 20 years before, there is no internet, there is no even, not all the people having phones on their hands, right? So this is the real fact. Like we don't have the infrastructure as well. If I say you like, even still, if I say you like, okay, I'm going to spend my career on the game industry, a lot of the Indian peoples and parents are like, do you really? Yeah, they will ask this question. So because it's our time to prove that this industry is currently booming, and we are getting the good enough pay as well in this industry, and lot of the different things are now possible, and not everyone needs to be a CS degree holder. You just need to have an idea, just understand the logic what you are doing, and then you can just use the blueprints. You can just leverage your creativity and start building your own product. Since it's a time, I remember in the August, I guess. Yeah, August, I guess, previous year. Even the Prime Minister of our India said, like, we need the Indian youth to lead the game industry, not just by playing, but by making the games in the game industry. Because it's really our time. We need to just get into the global market with our own ideas, and we have the enough talent. Just imagine the top powerful global leaders, like we are using the Google now, right? So who is the CEO of the Google? It's currently from the India. So we need to keep remember all those stuff and just start making some things, making some contribution to the game industry. So as our first step, we are bringing up a course which actually just eliminate all the bridge, all the gap between the real time industrial knowledge and the practical hands on. Like I always suggest my students, stop watching the tutorials because they won't help you to make a product or make a game. They will only teach you the part. If you watch, they will get the views, and that's all. Nothing far better than this. But there are some tutorials as well in the internet, like we have some channels that will just really give us the good insight. Even I just in my academic days, I just watched some YouTube channels for some of the doubts, but just take the core ideology. Don't just blindly focus, blindly follow the tutorials. That is the mistake we are doing, I guess. So our course first, actually we have separated this as the four phases. One is like the the game development fundamentals, where you can where we are assuming like you wish to step into the game industry, so we don't expect you to, hey, just you need to understand all the software architect patterns, you need to understand the code principles, you need to just be a senior dev. Like, you guys just search for the gaming job nowadays. It is like, I need a junior or associate with 7 years of experience in the industry. What is this actually? To be honest, it is like, I don't know how to react for this, whether to smile for this, or it's like, what is really happening? This is not only happening in the India, this is happening globally. If I start applying for any job, okay, just search for the LinkedIn. If you don't believe me, just search for the LinkedIn, like game developer or game designer. Okay, they will ask you for at least a person should ship the two triple A titles. Then we can able to take you as the junior or associate. What is this? So it is like somewhat the recruiters needs to be mature. Yeah. So okay, back to the topic. So we have the course that is carefully curated, that you don't need to struggle when you get into the game industry. So we are actually very keen and very sure about those things. So first, let's you understanding the programming fundamentals. Then we can start you with the object oriented concept and how the blueprint specific only. We don't wish to spam you with a lot of the different stuff like this is how the return is, the things like this. We don't wish you spam any unwanted stuff. Just only what is essential. We will focus on those things. And the second part will actually talks about like a industrial technique called coupling and decoupling. So we have a lot of the techniques, and a lot of the people can make the code, they can just connect the logic and make the things. My favorite quote is, anyone can write the code like machines can understand, but only the good programmers can able to write a code that humans can understand. So I need those people to write a very clean things, because later if you have the blueprints, and later after 2 days if you see the blueprints again, it will be like, what is actually happening? So I seen this in a lot of the different cases. So don't, we are just aware of the people that who taking this course don't do those stuff. Always be clean and clear, where is the actual problem, how the debugging techniques, we will start focusing on those stuff. Then mastering the gameplay framework, which allows you to think more abstractly. Like I said, there is a lot of built-in thing within the Unreal Engine, so you don't need to do everything from the scratch. And don't believe the people in the internet saying like, if you start believing something from the scratch, then you are a real good genius. No, if you start using the thing that is already there in the internet and try to bend it to your creativity, you are the real genius. If you just watch back the history, that is the true matter of fact. Example, Apple. Yeah. And third part of the course will talks about the timers and the important gameplay mechanics. At this stage, you will be enrolled in the project of your own vision. We are not forcing the people to just make a follow a simple pattern things like, hey, you need to make a temple run. That is the output of this course. No, the output can be very simple. At the same time, if I give this freedom for the students, they can be simply like, okay, it's time to make a GTA. Can I make a Franklin ability and the combination of these characters and do the stuff? No, just actually very start very doing the very small things. Yeah, games can be smaller. It don't needs to be a GTA level game to get hit in the market. You can just start with the small games. If you are not sure, just remember the Temple Run and Candy Crush. These are very small scale games, but imagine their revenue and the global reach. So your idea can be very simple to attract the audience. It doesn't needs to be a triple A. Yeah. So this part of this course will talks about like how you can understand the things, engine related things, and how you can start making the real time games. So you can start about this, but and then in the final phase, at this phase, your project will be ended, and you will have the designed polish and presentation. And design means not the environment design like, okay, place the asset here, 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 just make the asset. No, no. how difficult is the game, how the player can able to feel, is this really an engaging mechanics, because sometimes it is painful for, like, if you gonna create a mechanics but people hate it, it it means like we need to just tune the mechanics instead of saying like yeah, this mechanics is good, people need to accept it, don't force them. Example, EA, like we have microtransitions, it's not liked by the people, but still they are trying to do this. So yeah, we don't need to go deep into that. Finally, I guess I done my part, and if you guys have any Q&A, just ask me that. And just I'm helping the people through the YouTube and the LinkedIn, so those are my links. And thank you guys. So if you guys have any questions, you can just ask me now. I will be here. So I'm currently using about the 3060 Titan graphics card, and I'm using the PC. It's powered with the Ryzen 7. That is far enough. And one of the another problem with the Unreal Engine is it's currently demanding lot of the graphical oriented stuff. Even the engine needs the some computational powers. So I mean, like, the quality is good. Yeah, the quality is good, but at the same time Unreal needs to do the serious step in order to just make this thing where the Unity just shines. I still believe, I'm not sure, I'm still believe it is running in the government laptop even. So yeah, it's better to have a good PC, like around a good PC or laptop that at least having the 16 GB RAM with i7 processor, at least, I mean, like 12th generation at least. Yeah. Any other questions?
Please write down your questions in the chat.
Yeah, it is absolutely true, because like I said, I have shown some demos, right? So we can just make the entire game in the blueprints only. That is the best example I have shown, Raji and the Enandra. Unity have the visual scripting system, but it's a complete failure. Like, they try to versus with Unreal. Yeah, in the industry people have the things like Unity versus Unreal, but Unity failed in the terms of the visual scripting, because coding part is comparably very easy than their Vault visual scripting system. I have used both of those stuff, and I personally felt like mono behavior scripting is actually very good. C sharp scripting is actually very good comparing to the Unity's visual scripting system. And in terms of the visual scripting system, Blueprint is the king, and Unreal Engine is the real king. Yeah, specifications I said, right? So just go with the 3060, at least with a 16 GB RAM. And apart from this, I guess other things you might need to decide, and I personally suggest to have an SSD over at least 512 GB. That's all.
I guess everyone is done with their questions. No, there are some.
Okay, so yeah, you can already be possible with the designer plus developer, both it is possible. um, since it's like, if you are a developer, to be honest, when you're reaching the senior level, you actually design. It's not about creating the environment, it's about creating the technical stuff for the game. Like, imagine, you can't just make a game for 10 people. It is not the real things. You need to make it for hundreds of people. Then what data structure you need to do, so you will actually design. That is entirely different. If you are experienced enough to make a game like both the designer and developer, then congratulations, you are a god level thing. Most demand, most demandful person in the industry. Yeah, I'm not sure about the current rate right now, how much money, but yeah, mid-level PC is at least required to make the Unreal Engine. Yeah,
We have few more times and time on our hands. So if you guys have some questions, please shoot because Prasanna is really keen on answering all your questions. We'll wait for some time, and if there's no questions, I'll will just end the session.
I guess that's all for today.
Okay, I think everyone's done with their questions. So thanks a lot, Prasanna, for such a powerful webinar. And you continue to be a leading voice in the Unreal Engine community, inspiring the next generation of game developers through this expertise and passion for teaching. And that was the core idea, right? Level up your game dev journey with Spawn School. Um, I'll leave leave stage. 30 seconds. Prasanna, you can leave the stage.
Yeah. Okay. So, bye guys. It's been a good session, and thank you everyone for joining this. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for being a part of the session today. If you're ready to turn your passion for games into a career, this is the next step. Our upcoming course, Game Development Without Coding, led by Prasanna K, yours truly, covers Unreal Engine, blueprints, and hands-on game building with live mentorship from an authorized Unreal instructor. And the batch is has only 25 seats and it starts 15th of May 2025, like next month 15th May. Enroll by 10th May actually, and every student who successfully completes the course gets a guaranteed 3 months paid internship with a stipend of 10,000 per month, guaranteed. And at Spawn School, you'll have following perks like live mentorship from real game developers, project driven job ready training, access to game jams, showcases, and a vibrant learning community. I'll share the course link and the contact details that you need to get in touch with to enroll for this course. So in the chat, I'll drop everything and you can get in touch with us. So very few seats for this course, only 25 course starting from 15th May next month, and you can enroll by 10th, and that's it. We look forward to a great course ahead. Look forward for you guys to join. And I guess I'll just leave and thank you guys for joining.